I could not fall asleep easily last night because I couldn't stop thinking about how absurd Christmas stories are. Everybody's excited. The holiday season's upon us. We've got trees, we got hot chocolate, we got eggnog, we got coronavirus. I mean, everybody is getting all of the gifts. And it's about that time where we start to get the daily TV specials where every single weekday from like 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. it's just like the greatest hits of Christmas. Top 10 lifetime Christmas movies. And the thing that was bothering me wasn't like a newer Christmas movie. It wasn't about Elf, really. It wasn't about whether Die Hard was or wasn't a Christmas movie. It was about the classics. I'm talking about Frosty the fucking Snowman and Rudolph and the Grinch. Let's break it down because Christmas stories are weird and it bothers me to an extent. Two things to take away. One, Christmas movies are apparently all about bullying people who look different, and two, kids are fucking stupid. And the second one shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Kids are actually stupid. Let's talk about Frosty the Snowman. This is the one that was bothering me the most, and if you don't know about it, then I guess I'll explain. Some kids find a magic silk hat. They put that silk hat on a snowman that they make, and that snowman comes alive, and then they spend the whole day with the snowman until the snowman melts in front of them in the hot sun and dies. Now, this one's not necessarily about bullying, okay? It's more about kids being dumb in this one because let's just say hypothetically that they put a hat on top of a snowman and that snowman comes alive. What's the first thing you're doing? The second that motherfucker Frosty comes alive, I'm gonna hit him with the right hook. There's a 0% chance I'm letting a talking snowman come at me. That is a oddly unthreatening but very weird situation. So these kids found a magic hat and they put it on a snowman. Snowman comes alive. What the kids failed to do and what everyone should have thought is the logical thing is once their friend melted to death in front of them, make another one. Build another Frosty and you're good to go. Or even better, because the hat is magical, put that hat on something far more interesting than a snowman. Put it on a tree. Let's make Lord of the Rings happen. Or, I don't know, put it on a house. Make the house get up and walk away. You mean to tell me these kids found a magical hat and they said, this is the one time we're going to use this, and then we got to all promise nobody sells this for an infinite amount of money. Nobody uses this either. We're all in agreement? Okay. Let's make Frosty come alive for about 3.5 hours. They take Frosty on a tour of the town. That is part of Frosty the Snowman. They walk his ass around town. They're like, Frosty, you've got a limited lease on life. Let me show you the store. Let me show you the park. Bro, we're gonna hit the strip club. Frosty is gonna be crazy. Not one adult was like, hey, why is this snowman roaming around? Frosty stops for a policeman who's like, hold up, we got traffic. Fire that policeman. He's not doing his job clearly. This dude looked at the snowman and was like, crazy what the kids are up to these days, huh? Why was no kid like, this is a really weird situation that makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to hang out with a now animated snowman. Or what was the point of this entire song / movie? Was it to teach kids about the fleeting miracle that is life? I don't know. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is even more fucked up because this one is about bullying, slave labor, and more importantly, bad parenting. Let me just lay it out right now. Santa's a dick, all right? That guy is kind of a dick. Not even kind of, he's just a dick. Let's push Rudolph aside for a second, all right? Santa is a dick. He employs slave labor, right? To make infinite amounts of goods for free, undercutting capitalist society. That's unbelievable. I can't believe it. Meanwhile, what we had no idea was that Santa was actually a communist. But my parents also spent years of my life telling me that I should avoid strangers, don't talk to strangers, don't take candies from strangers. And then once a year, we're like, but this one stranger that's been spying on you your whole life knows everything you did. Every time you shit yourself, every time you touched yourself, every time you cursed, this guy saw it. He was watching you. And if you were a good enough kid, he's going to come down our chimney tonight, break and enter, and probably leave you some valuable goods. But he's going to eat our food first. Why does Santa break and enter? What if I don't have a chimney? Nobody thought about this, all right? My friend's house didn't have a chimney. You know how hard it was to explain Santa? My friend's parents used to say that Santa could shrink and he would come up through the heating system, through the floorboards, and leave the presents. Who believed that? I don't want to gloss over, but also the fact that God was sitting up there and he was like, shit. You know, I got all-seeing eyes and I'm kind of like this benevolent power here. Gonna hook up this fat dude in North Pole. You got all the same shit I got, But instead of delivering people from evil and saving their souls for eternity, you're just gonna give them PlayStations. Yeah? Kid's like, Mom, I can't wait to go to heaven when I die. And Mom's like, we got Jesus at home. Jesus at home is Santa. He just gives you a bag full of like shitty Hershey's chocolates. All right, fuck Santa. Weird dude. Rudolph, okay, Santa being a dick, all right? His number one reindeer, Donner, the LeBron James of sleigh pulling, all right? His number one guy has a kid named Rudolph. The first thing Santa says when he walks in there and sees Rudolph with his red nose, he's like, Donner, I gotta be honest, man, this kid, he's never gonna make it to the team. I'm sorry, he's fucking weird looking. Donner, he's got a glowing nose. That's not even biologically possible. Did you fucking anglerfish? How? And so Donner, being like kind of upset about the fact that it's his fault that his kid and his genes made that happen, was like, Rudolph, I don't like you that much. So Rudolph goes through life wearing a covering for his nose, which probably makes it hard to breathe just to be normal. And then when he's in the reindeer games and his nose falls off, everybody's like, ah, you fucking weirdo. Coach is like, get the fuck out of here, man. So the coach kicks him out and Rudolph runs away. And nobody tries to stop him. So his dad just lets his kid run away and he's like, now that that's done, I can go back to being the number one reindeer. Rudolph runs away into the very easily survivable Arctic wasteland and finds an elf who was running away because he didn't want to be a slave in a toy factory. He wanted to be a dentist. You mean to tell me these elves don't even have health care? What are they, American? So they team up as two rejects, fuck around for 3 years, almost die several times, and then eventually make their way back to the North Pole where everybody's like, dude, hey, we got a snowstorm. We don't have any lights, you know? So, would you mind, like, just immediately, once returning, would you mind just helping us out save Christmas? Can't believe Santa was like, all right, come here, you little flashlight, get up here. You're actually gonna do the hardest job now. Last but not least, I gotta talk about the Grinch too. What the fuck is the Grinch? Is he a who? Because he doesn't look like any of the other who's, really. This dude is green and built like an avocado. If you've never seen the Grinch, all right, the Grinch was an orphan, abandoned in the freezing cold during Christmas outside of a Christmas party, and none of the who's help him. They just leave his newborn ass to freeze to death out in the middle of the street. Two sisters take him in because, you know, they're the only decent who's out there, and he just doesn't like Christmas. Why? I don't know, maybe because he was abandoned on Christmas and nobody helped him, so he has a stigma about the holiday that's about helping people less fortunate than you, and he was not helped. And then he falls in love, only to have the big Chad, fat neckbeard, like, who go bully him for looking different. And so what does he do? He fucks off to a cave for 53 years. What is it about Christmas stories where the people in those rooms are like, fuck, okay. All right, we need a new Christmas movie, but it has to have 3 things, all right? You gotta relentlessly bully a child. Child has to go away for many years, and then he has to have a redemption arc. Elf was also a very weird movie, and it did not accurately portray how hard it is to get a job, especially when you don't have a social security number, or any number for that matter. Anyways, Christmas is weird. And the Christmas stories are weird too. And it bothered me, and that's why I made this video. But if you liked the video, let me know. And remember, if you're ever feeling lonely this Christmas season, just know that Buddy the Elf, who had the intelligence of a 5-year-old, managed to get a job in New York City during the holidays and ended up dating and having a long-term relationship with somebody. Merry Christmas.